Hello guys, and welcome to the last ever video you will need for advanced structure mapping. If you haven't seen the basic structure mapping video, go check that out here now. And that video covered the topic of cemented highs and lows, giving you your swing structure, and that's very basic swing structure. So in this video, we're going to go into matching structure with order flow to determine types of structure, and that is your major and your minor structure, and even your minor 1, minor 2, minor 3, etc. Okay, so on that theme, okay, so we know we have swing structure determined by cemented highs and cemented lows. So say price is moving in a bullish leg, we cement the high, we get an engulfing candle, bearish candle, then we start our pullback, and then we continue up again. Okay, so at this point what we have is a bullish leg, a cemented high, a pullback phase, and then a further bullish leg. We've broken structure to the upside bullishly. Now after that we get a further pullback, and it's just a short one this time, and then we continue on. Now previously we've seen this and said, yep, there we go, we've got a swing high, swing low, swing high, swing low, swing high, and we're just following structure like this. Okay, that's basic swing structure. Now if we take into account the concept of order flow, say this was the low over here, what we would see is that price has tapped into the discount of that premium and discount tool, and then continued up. So this order flow has occurred. We have a major break of structure here. I would call this a major break of structure because we've mitigated the discount before continuing up. Okay. If we take the next example, which would be the next range is from the next swing low to the next swing high, which would be here. What we will notice is that price did not come into that discount before continuing up. So in this case, this is a minor break of structure. Okay. So what we have here is a major leg, mitigation, a major leg, a failure to mitigate, and a minor leg of price. Now what happens next? Well, how do we get back to major structure? So there are two ways we can get back to major structure in this. We either, well in fact really there's just one way, but if we were to come back, mitigate the discount of this minor leg of price, and then continue up, this next break would be a re-establishment of order flow, I'd call that, and we'd be back to major structure here. Okay. Now if we did not do that and we broke this low, we would have a minor bearish break, but if we then went on to continue breaking the high, that would still be a re-establishment of order flow. Now in this case here, it doesn't necessarily have to mitigate this previously unmitigated discount. It can just be a break or a sweep or anything. It can be a break, a mitigation, a sweep, whatever you like, of this leg of price before continuing up, and that is still a re-establishment of order flow back to major structure. Now what does this mean for this? Well, an unmitigated discount means that in future price could come back to this area and it's likely to have a reaction here. There are probably orders left in this area for price to react to before continuing up. So these are areas that we can make a note of for future price to perhaps come back and have a reaction from. It may be a strong reaction, it may just be a short reaction. If price has turned bearish, it could just be the pullback that price then continues to break structure with. Now, if price doesn't mitigate this minor legs discount, like this, what we have here is what I would call a minor 1 break. Now, I used to call this minor, but then it started getting to the point where you'd have like minor, and minor, and it was much easier just to call it, this would be a minor 1, if this didn't mitigate it'd be a minor 2, if the next didn't mitigate it'd be a minor 3. So here I would call this a minor 1, and I put a little dot in there. Okay, if that still doesn't mitigate, and this does happen, what you would call that would be a minor 2, as I just said, and I mark that with 2 dots, like this. Minor 2. Okay, so we've got major, minor, minor 1, minor 2. Now, if this re-establishes order flow, what does it re-establish to? That's a question that commonly comes up. Well, it re-establishes to the highest form of structure that has occurred in this leg. Okay, the highest form of structure in this case would be major, which has happened down here. So if this re-establishes order flow in this minor 2, even though it's just a minor 2, this re-establishes to major structure, okay, right here. So we have another major break here. There, so that is how we map the structure like this. Now, there's another type of structure that can form, well, kind of structure type, not really. It's range structure. So if we have a break of this, we now have bearish minor 2, okay? Now, what we're looking at is, what if price mitigates the premium of that minor 2 and breaks down? Have we re-established order flow to major here? Well, the answer to that is no, we haven't. Because why? The answer is we establish back to the highest form of structure that is in this bearish leg. And in this bearish leg, the highest form at the moment is major 2 still. So we can only, that is the highest point we can get to until we have maybe a break of major 1 or something like that. Okay, so we have this break of major 2. Now, if we didn't mitigate the premium of this, then, and that should be there, like that, then we would have minor 3 right there, so 3 dots. Okay, so what we have is we are bullishly in this minor 1 leg, but we are bearishly in minor 3. Now, what could happen next? Well, if we came up here, swept this, and then broke down, what would we have? Well, first of all, we would have, would be re-established back to minor 2, because that's the highest form of bearish structure. Now, we may have also had a minor 3 break there, but that's not really relevant. But to the left, you can see we had minor 1 right here, which we've now broken like this. So, because minor 1 is now the highest form of structure, if we then come back to mitigate and then break down again, this form of structure is founded upon whatever the last break was. So because we had a minor 1 break, first of all, we're looking at this entire minor 1 leg of price, so we want to mitigate the premium of that, and because we mitigated the premium and broke down, we continue with minor 1 structure. And if we didn't mitigate that premium, this would be minor 2. So it all depends on what's been mitigated and what was last broken and what the highest form of structure is in the current range, and it keeps going on like that. So that is how you can map structure when it's ranging, and you can get very confused as to what's going on in price, but when you map it like this, it actually all makes sense. Now, this seems very complicated at the moment, I'm sure, but it takes a little bit of time to get used to, but you can use this, and eventually in time it will be second nature to you, and you'll see what price is doing, and you can make sense of price. Like in this situation, what would be going on? It would be like, well, overall, majorly, we're still bullish. Minorly, we're still bullish. But we have this ranging structure. It's kind of, I guess, if you want to call it a complex pullback in this case. And you can see we have this minor structure, but we can still look at these areas like this and like this for strong reactions for buyers. It may not play out all the way, but you'll still get reactions for trades. So an interesting way of looking at it, and we will go to the charts now to look at some examples of this kind of structure in play. So we're going to start here looking at price on the 15-minute, and we've got a very obvious major break of structure down here, and we can see that we have this range from here to here. We haven't yet cemented the low, but it's a good starting point to look at this kind of structure and mapping out. So do we cement a low here? No cemented low yet until this point here. So you can see none of these candles closed above the candle to their left. So it's this one that cemented the low. So this is our range here, and we're looking for a mitigation of this premium, which we don't get. Okay, so we have minor structure here. So we'll draw the dotted line there. Dotted. Okay, so this is an unmitigated premium, which price may come back to at a later date and give a reaction. But for now, current price is this minor range down here, and use this to see the kind of range you're operating within at the moment. Okay, so let's see where we cement a low. Here, still going down, still going down. Okay. Right, hold on, we missed something there. So in this case, we cemented here. Okay, now the next candle, this one, we did not mitigate the premium before pushing down. So this next break of structure is actually a minor 1 break. So we use that with a little dot. Okay, and now as we saw a second ago, we then break this high here. So we have minor 1 bullish, minor and major still very much bearish right there. Okay, so if we push price on, we can see that we now have another, well, not quite yet. Right here we have a further minor 1 leg of price, okay? Because we created a new, well, we had this first minor 1 here. We came into the discount of it and then broke up again. Okay, so now we have a new minor 1. Still haven't cemented the high of it yet. Now we have, this is our valid range now. We are in, have tapped the discount after cementing the high. And we break structure again. So now we have these 3 bullish minor 1 legs of price. We've come into the premium of the minor structure, and we'll see what happens from here. Okay, so we didn't cement any high here until all the way up here, so the next leg of price was from this cemented high created low up until here, and now we are here. Now look what happened. We reached the premium of the minor, and now the minor 1 leg of price here no longer held its low. Okay, so that you can kind of see it as a battle between structure types or range types, and this was a minor premium versus a minor 1 discount, and the minor 1 discount did not hold there. So you can see now that price did ultimately continue up. We don't know when or if price is actually going to ultimately hold its highs and lows, but you know that if a minor 1 is coming into a minor, you can expect a reaction. Okay, so now what have we had? Well, we had a break of the minor 1 low, then we've just had kind of a sweep of this high so far, so we'll see what happens from here. And now we've broken above this high. And we've also broken above the minor high. Okay, so we have a new minor range from the very lowest point to here, and we have a minor 1 range inside that. That's the last minor 1 range. So if we're looking at crossover zones, but that's a whole different topic. So we have, is that cemented? Yes, just about. This is our minor range. So you can see we're getting reactions from this discount. Will they hold? We don't know, but we look for reactions and areas that are expected to get a reaction, and we can trade these. This is the 15-minute, remember, so on the 1 minute or whatever, these reactions are going to be fairly good. Press play. And price dawdled around, still just about kind of made equals with that low. Yeah, hasn't created any other structure, hasn't broken this minor 1 or the minor low. There is substructure, an internal structure going on here, but that again is for another video. What we have done is had a break of this minor structure and then a break of the low. So what does that do? Well, that re-establishes price to back to major structure here. And refer, oh, has that actually broken? Just about there. Refer back to the start of the video to understand the concepts of re-establishment of order flow. So we have this new major range here. We mitigate the premium of that. Had the reaction from that premium, failed to actually break the low, and then continued up. So now we are majorly bullish. And so, you know, you can be very confused by this structure, and you know, it is confusing no matter what way you look at it, but you can also give labels to it that make sense in terms of the flow of it and what it's doing. So expectations wise, you know, ideally in these cases, you'd want price to have continued down from here and broken this low, but you have to, you never know for sure what price is going to do. So you want to, if you're taking trades from here, maybe your final TP would be somewhere down here, but you always know when you've got zones like this, price can have reactions from them, and it could either go from somewhere higher in this premium, or it could just take the whole thing out. So always take some profits when you have them like this, okay? But anyway, this isn't about trading, this is just about the structure mapping. We'll go on for a little bit further. You can see we've come not quite into that discount, and now we have come into that discount. Very rangy, and now we've broken that high. Now we have continued major bullishness. We'll just let price continue on for a little bit longer. I was hoping we'd get some rangier structure in here, such as -1, -2. Hasn't happened yet. We have another break, and we have a new major range. And this is just very ugly price. Finally, we have a further break of the low. We have something somewhat resembling a trend here, but that's a minor break. You said it didn't come to the premium, and we cemented the low down here. So continuing on, and we finally get a -1 down here because we did not mitigate that premium. Looks like, yeah, it looks like we got a -2 there as well, because this was the next leg of price from here to here, and price came just to this point before breaking down. So we had -2, which is very exciting. And then price comes up and breaks that -2 right here, coming into this -1. Has a reaction from it. Again, -2 bullish versus -1 bearish. The -1, it gives a higher probability of a reaction from this premium because it's -1 versus -2. And there you go, breaks the low, sweeps the low even, just a sweep, yeah. So it swept the low. This is another thing. It's the old sweep cement, creating weak highs. So you know that's just another thing to look out for. Have we now? Nope. Just do this for a couple of minutes more. Oh, this was ugly price, wasn't it? Okay, there we go. We break structure. And what is this? Well, we have re-established the order flow by breaking this -2 and continuing on. So this is now back to the highest form of structure in this leg, in this bearish leg, which is major. So we're back to major bearish structure here. There we go, and that is just a couple of examples of how to follow price. And you know, there's plenty of ways you can use this kind of structure to help you, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Now there is an Easter sale at the moment going on at Magic FX Academy, so if you want 27% off, use the code BUNNY27 to join the academy. If you join, you'll get the original Magic FX PDF strategy guide, you'll get the new Holy Grail strategy guide, you'll get videos, full video course for both, and you'll get plenty of case study videos as well. So yeah, give it a go if you want to. If you don't, fair enough, and I will see you next time.